See social anxiety as an excitement and not something to be afraid of. RSD Max said that. He's a very interesting guy. Go check him out. Knowledge of the day. Something to think about. You can't lose money if you don't have any. Knowledge of the day, very late. Tim Bojic said, always take a jacket with you, even if it's not cold outside, because man's not hot. Knowledge of the day. Grandfather of Jeff Bezos told him when he was young, it's harder to be kind than clever. And he was so right. I watched a funny video about Friendzone on 9gag. The Friendzone is a psychological place in which you put yourself into when you behave like a friend with the person you like. Mark Cuban's Guide to Getting Rich. Buy consumables in bulk when they are on sale. Knowledge of the day. RSD Max said, the more you expose yourself to the things you're afraid of, the more free you become. I like the quote and how he explains it, but it's kind of funny that it's coming from Johnny Sins. He said, stop living like you live again. Knowledge of the day from Nick Vujicic. If you can't get a miracle, become one. Knowledge of the day. The moment you are not afraid, you should stop doing it. Another knowledge from YouTube. During the day, ask yourself, how can I make this more fun? And you'll instantly activate your brain on how to brighten up your day. Don't worry about if you should or shouldn't do something, only worry about action taking. Philip Pesek said in one of his webinars, people get very creative when they are desperate. Knowledge of the day. We don't laugh on the same joke again. Why do we cry on the same problem again? Knowledge of the day. Mohammed Kahtani said, your mouth, it can spit venom or it can mend a broken soul. Jurek Nichtel from AdStar visited Netflix today and he said, people who work are gonna make mistakes. It's not a problem if you fuck something up, as long as you have a suggestion on how to make it better. Knowledge of the day by Mansutra. Life gives you two options. Either you choose your own network or your network is chosen by others. One hidden piece to huge confidence is understanding you won't win every time, but no matter what happens, you know you'll be fine. Hustle, working hard, taking action all the time, that's all very important, but the most important thing is that you have fun while doing that. Knowledge of the day. I forgot where I got it from, but when you have a request or you need a favor or something like that, always use a person's name. Knowledge of the day. After finishing a long shift, always be nice to customers. They'll probably come back if you are, and they might even leave you a big tip at the end. Knowledge of the day. Charlie from Charisma on Command said, at the end of an email, don't leave a question or say thank you, but rather give something valuable, and the response rate should be much higher. Knowledge of the day. Another one from Charisma on Command. When you're doing a favor, don't say no problem, but rather say happy to help, to reinforce the relationship with that person. Do things even when you don't feel like it, like I'm doing it right now, and hey, maybe someday all of this is going to be worth it. This sentence can make wonders when persuading others. Have you ever made an exception? Jeff Cooper said, a smart man only believes half of what he hears, a wise man knows which half. Quick knowledge of the day that I'm sure I said something similar before. Do it as long as it's fun. From Lean Party. Knowledge of the day. Write down your values. It's super important because it affects how you move forward with your life. Stop looking for a permission to do something and check full Gary Vee rant on YouTube. When arguing with a fool, first make sure that the other person isn't doing the same thing. From TED Ed video on Facebook. Knowledge of the day. Listen to your fears, listen to your excuses, and then do it anyway. Lesson that I unfortunately learned today. Don't be afraid to take risks. Gary said it best. How much more motivation do you need? How many more videos? How many more quotes? If you're not able to motivate yourself, nobody's gonna do it for you. And if you're not able to do it yourself, then you're clearly not doing the right thing. RSD Max from the course The Natural said, respect other people's opinion, even if it's stupid. Knowledge of the day. Just because you took longer than others doesn't mean you failed. Lao Tzu said, mastering others is strength, but mastering yourself is true power. J.D. Salinger said, I think one of these days you're going to have to find out where you want to go, and then you've got to start going there. I think Buddha said that there are two mistakes one make along the road to truth: not going all the way and not starting. Knowledge of the day. LeBron James said, I like criticism, it makes you strong. I totally agree with that, and also it can make you better if it's a constructive criticism. Knowledge of the day. It's easy to judge, but it's much harder to understand. Try to understand first. The most problematic people in your life are not the toxic ones, but so-called ambivalent friends. They seem very nice, but they don't have the best interest in you. Neil deGrasse Tyson said, when you know how to think, it empowers you far beyond those who only know what to think. Gary Vee said the realest thing in his latest video. People love the feeling of being motivated, but they don't want to put in the work to do something about that feeling. Oh, I'm falling behind with all of the knowledges of the dead. That's because I was in Vienna yesterday. So all the next couple of knowledges of the day are gonna be from RSD Max from Vienna's free tour. Starting with, there cannot be momentum if there is ego. Second, how to get happy. How do you drop a glass? You just drop it. And my favorite, apparently from Rick and Morty, nobody exists on purpose, nobody belongs anywhere, everybody is going to die. Another one from RSD Max. It's not about who you are, it's about who you are in that exact moment. This might be obvious to you, but the first thing you need to do in order to win is you have to decide to win no matter what. Knowledge of the day number 1. You are who you think that other people think that you are. You get it? Number 2. I've heard this saying way too many times in so many different videos, so I'll share it with you. What you resist persists. I don't know if Alan Watts said that, but let's say he did. Behind the scene, that is to say, in reality, under the surface, we are all actors. Knowledge of the day from Brian Tracy. Unsuccessful people are always asking what's in it for me instead of looking for opportunities to help others. No knowledge for today. I would just like to wish you a Merry Christmas and spend this time with the ones you love the most. Knowledge for yesterday. Mensutra said defeat today and forget tomorrow. At least, especially if you have troubles with focusing, just focus on today. Mom sent me this quote from Napoleon Hill today. A goal is a dream with a deadline. To start New Year strong, have action-based goals and habits, not result-based ones. Because you cannot control results, but you can control your actions. Jordan Peterson said, expose yourself voluntarily to the things you're afraid of, and you'll get stronger. Knowledge of the day. When you're trying to implement a new habit, it's crucial to not make any exceptions. Happy New Year from me as well. I wish you a lot of love, a lot of health, and I hope this is going to be by far the best year of your life.